Hello everyone and welcome to week 5 of Monday Night Football 1985 NFL season replay, and tonight we're in the Capitol in Washington at the John F. Kennedy Memorial Stadium where the home Washington Redskins 2-2 are entertaining the St. Louis Cardinals at 1-3, and after 3 periods, St. Louis are leading 17-13, mainly because Mark Mosley missed an extra point on a touchdown. So there are 4 points difference in this game, and at this moment, St. Louis are second and 1 on the Washington 10-yard line as we start this third period. The quarterback is Neil Lomax. And Lomax is going to hand the ball off for a sweep right out to Earl Ferrell. So it's a sweep right against an inside right, which will give us a +1 on the sweep right. So strong safety. Curtis Jordan becomes a 4. And the left cornerback, Vernon Dean, becomes a 2. So it's a 4. Let's see what the result is. It's good defense. 2-6 will get them no yards. But there could be a penalty, and the penalty rating is a 3. And there is a penalty on the defense, 42 on a run. It's an incidental face mask, and it's a 5-yard penalty, and that will bring up a 1st and goal for St. Louis, 14:50 on the clock. 1st and goal at Washington's 5. They're going to go inside left, and he's going to hand that off to Otis Anderson. So it's an inside left against a run defense, so that will give us a +1 and an inside left. Right defensive end, Charles Mann, becomes a 6, so we're automatically getting good defense. 3-6 will get no yards. By the way, I forgot to move that 40 seconds for that play. And 2nd and goal from the 5. So handing it off, Lomax hands off to Stump Mitchell for an inside left, and it's against a sweep left. So +1 for the defense. Sweep left, right inside linebacker isn't on the field, right outside linebacker becomes a 4. So good defense again, 2-3. He's not going to get anywhere. He can fumble, but he's a 2, so the fumble doesn't occur. Is there a penalty? 3 or less? There isn't, so 40 seconds off the clock, 12:50 remaining. 3rd and goal at the 5 for St. Louis, leading 17-13. 3rd and goal at the 5. We're going to keep it on the ground, and he's going to hand it off to Stump Mitchell, who's going to sweep to the right against a run defense. So middle linebacker becomes a 4. Inside linebacker is not on the field, so it's a 4 or less for the defense. And good defense, 5-1. He only gets a yard, the 4-yard line. But is there a defensive penalty? 3 or less? There isn't. So another 40 seconds off the clock, and it brings up 4th down, and that will bring out the field goal team. Carl Birdsong will try a 21-yard field goal. 2-6. Sorry, it's not Birdsong. It is Neil O'Donoghue. 2-6 is 23. And so the kick is up and it is good. So the Cardinals take the lead. $20-13. And Neil O'Donoghue is going to kick off, but there could be a defensive penalty beforehand. Let's have a look at the rating for the return team, and they are a 4. So yes, there is a return penalty. Move them 5 yards closer for the kick. So O'Donoghue, 1, 2, 4. It's a 62-yard, not good coverage. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, puts it 2 yards deep, so they're going to take the touchback. And Washington will come out onto the field with Joe Theismann. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Trailing by 7 now, which is a lot better than it could have been. So Theismann is going to hand off to Keith Griffin for a sweep left against an inside left, so that'll be a +1 for the defense. Left defensive end is a 5, so it's going to be good coverage with a 6. And there'll be no gain on that play, and 40 seconds coming off the clock. 2nd and 10. Washington trailing by 4 in the 4th quarter. Week 5 Monday Night Football, hosting the St. Louis Cardinals. 2nd and 10. And again, they're going to keep it on the ground, and he's going to go inside. Keith Griffin, and he is against a man-to-man defense, which will give him -1. So an inside left, sorry. Right defensive tackle. 3 becomes a 2. Let's see what happens. Good defense. 5-5. They're going to lose a yard. Is there an offensive penalty? No, there isn't. So another 40 seconds off the clock. And it is now 3rd and 11. From Washington's own 19-yard line. Theismann under the center is going to look to pass off to Art Monk, and it is a medium pass against an inside blitz. So no change in the pass. Let's see how successful it is. 2-4 on a medium is a pass rush. So right defensive tackle on the pass rush is going to make no difference. Left defensive end. The pass rush of 3, and it's a 1, so it's a successful pass rush. 53. Will mean a sack, and the person who gets the sack is Freddie Joe Nunn for St. Louis, and it is a loss of 4 yards. So we're down to 10 minutes, and Washington will punt the ball away. Steve Cox to punt, 1-4-4. It's a 37-yard poor coverage, but there could be a fair catch. Returning the punt is JT Smith. Fair catch is a 4. So it is going to be fair caught, and Washington and St. Louis are going to take over from their own 48-yard line. 9 minutes 50 remaining in this game. Cardinals 20, Washington's 13. And Cardinals have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 48. It's going to be a medium pass from Neil Lomax, and he's looking for JT Smith, and it's against a zone defense. So a +1 for the defense. Let's see how the pass goes. 6-2 is the defender, who is the free safety. Tony Peters on the medium is a 2, becomes a 3, so it's incomplete. 9 minutes 40 remaining in this game. 7-point difference. St. Louis 1st and 10 at their own, 2nd and 10 at their own 48. And let's see what Lomax is going to do here. He's going to look long, and he's looking for Greg LaFleur. So it's a long pass against the prevent defense, which is a +2 for the defense. Result of the pass 3-1 is going to be a pass rush. So we've already got a +2. The right tackle leaves it at +2. Right outside linebacker is not on the field, and the only person they have is the right defensive end. Can he? And he can. So it's a 4 + 2. It's a 6. It's successful. And the pass rush is a 63, which means Lomax will scramble. And Lomax scrambles for 3 yards. And we're down to 9 minutes. 3rd and 7 from the 49 of Washington. So we're down to 9 minutes. Gap of 7. So we're still playing the normal rules. 3rd and 7 from the 49 of Washington. And there's going to be a short pass, and he's looking for, Lomax is looking for JT Smith, and it's a short pass against a prevent defense. So that's a +1 to the defense. How's the pass going? 6-4. It's going to be a pass rush. The left guard is a +1, and so it's a free safety. Gives him a pass rush of 1, and a 3 is not good enough, so they'll look for a secondary receiver, and that receiver will be at the short pass level, and it is to Pat Tilley, who will complete, who will not complete, sorry. So it's an incomplete pass, and 4th down at 8:50 remaining in this game. St. Louis will punt the ball away. 1-2. So Carl Birdsong will kick it into the end zone, and it'll come out for a touchback. And Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20. Joe Theismann is out, ready to recommence the game, and let's see what he's going to do. 1st and 10 at his own 20. It's a short pass he's looking at, and he's looking for Art Monk, and it's a short pass against the zone defense. So it's a +1 for the defense. 2-5 on a short is going to be the defender, the left outside linebacker, who will become a 3, and so it's going to be completed. So Theismann out to Monk, and Monk makes 7 yards. Steps out of bounds, 8:40 remaining on the clock. 2nd and 3 from their own 27. Theismann under the centre, takes the snap, and he hands it off to George Rogers, who runs up the centre, and he's against a run defense, so that's going to be a -1. And inside left is the centre, so he will become a 2. So good offense, good defense, and a 5-1 means he gets no yards, stuffed at the line. And we're down to 8 minutes remaining in this game. 3rd and 3 from their own 27, Washington, 3rd and 3. And they're going to sweep left, hand it off to John Riggins. And it's a sweep against sweep left against an inside left, so it'll be a +1. Right inside linebacker isn't on the field. The outside linebacker is a 4, becomes a 5. So good defense again, 1-2, and he doesn't get anywhere. And another 40 seconds comes off the clock, and it's now 4th and 3. Too early to be taking risks, and so they're going to bring the punter on, Steve Cox. Cox punts it away, 2-1. It's a 43-yard good coverage. But there could be a fair catch. The returner of the punt is JT Smith. And he's going to fair catch that ball, and so St. Louis will take over on their own 30-yard line. So St. Louis 1st and 10 at their own 30, leading by a touchdown, 20-13 against Washington Redskins. And Neil Lomax is looking for a quick pass out to Stump Mitchell. And that will be against the zone defense. So no change. Let's see what happens with the pass. 6-4. It's going to be the defender. Right inside linebacker isn't on the field, so it's going to be complete to Mitchell. And Mitchell will get 12 yards and a 1st down. Keep eating up the clock and piling up the yards. 1st and 10 at their own 42. St. Louis looking for their first divisional win this year. 1st and 10 at their own 42. Lomax hands the ball off to Stump Mitchell, and he's going to sweep left. And he's against the zone defense, so that's a -1 for the defense. And we're looking at the running back on his starter defense, who is the highest running back. So it's a 2 plus a 1 is a 3. And that's won by the defense, and 3-6 is going to lose a yard. Down to 5:50, 2nd and 11 from their own 41. And again, they're going to keep it on the ground, and he's going to hand it off to Stump Mitchell. So it's a sweep right against a zone. So that's going to be a -1. So sweep right is the left defensive tackle, who is a 5, becomes a 4. Right inside linebacker. Sorry, left inside linebacker. So it's going to be 4. So good defense again. And 6-3 will lose him a yard. His fumble rating is a 2, becomes a 1, so he doesn't fumble. But he is pushed out of bounds to bring up 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 from their own 40. St. Louis trying to keep this drive going. And it's going to be a medium pass out to Roy Green. So Lomax looks for Green, and it's a medium pass against a prevent defense. So a +1 for the defense. The medium pass, 3-5, is going to go to the defender. Left inside linebacker. Mel Kaufman on the medium is a 2, becomes a 3. So it's going to be completed. And Roy Green makes 11 yards. And is pushed out of bounds. Now this is where the interesting thing comes. 4th and 1, and you lead by a touchdown. And they're going to go for it. So St. Louis just inside Washington's half are going for it on 4th and 1. So it's an inside left to stump Mitchell against his sweep left. So it's going to be a +1. Inside left is the nose tackle. Darrell Grant is a 4. So good offense, 5-6. Gets them 4 yards on a first down, but is there a penalty? And there is 43 on the offense. It's going to be offensive holding, so they made it, but the hold pushes them back. 5 minutes 20 remaining, and they're not going to go for that now. They're going to punt the ball away. So Carl Birdsong comes back onto the field. 5-1-2. So 61-yard punt and good coverage. 9, 19, 29, 39, 49, 59. She's going to kick it into the end zone. Sorry, I'm wrong there because we're inside. No, we're outside yet. So it's a touchdown, a touchback, and Washington will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20. 5 minutes 10 remaining, and Theismann is back out onto the field. 1st and 10 at their own 20, and he's going to hand the ball off for an inside left to George Rogers. And it's an inside left against an outside blitz. So a -1 for the defense. Inside left defensive tackle becomes a 2. Right inside linebacker isn't on the field, so a 2. But good defense all the same, and only 1 yard made, and 40 seconds coming off the clock. We're now down under 5 minutes, trailing by 7, and so we're going to start using box A. So 2nd and 9 from their own 21, and they're going to sweep left. Theismann hands off to George Rogers, and it's a sweep left against a prevent defense, which is a -1. Free safety. Now Lonnie Young is a 1, becomes a 0. And the right cornerback, Cedric Mack, also becomes a 0. So it's good offense. 2-3 is going to go short. And 25 on a short will get them 7 yards. And he steps out of bounds, making it 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 from their own 28. So we automatically go to the short defense. And it's going to be inside left to George Rogers. And that is going to be against the sweep left, so it's a +1 to the defense. Right defensive end, Curtis Greer becomes a 5. Right outside linebacker, Nico Noga becomes a 5. So good defense, 1-3, but they're going to get 2 yards. And that's going to be enough for a first down. Three minutes 40 remaining. Washington needing a touchdown. What's Theismann going to do here? He's going to look for a medium pass, and he's going to look to pass that to Art Monk. And it's a medium pass against a double blitz, which will be a -1 for the defense. Let's see what happens with the pass. 5-2. It's going to be the defender, the right outside linebacker, who is a 1, becomes a 0, so the pass is complete, and Art Monk goes for 16 yards and a first down. As we come down to the last 3 minutes, so they're now going to use box C. 1st and 10 at their own 46. And he's going to go long, and he's going to look for Clint Didier against a double blitz, so no change. 2-6 on the long is going to be and incomplete, and it's going to be second down, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. 2 minutes 50 seconds left, second down and 10. So again, they're going to look long. This time he's going to go to Art Monk, and it's going to be against a zone defense. So a +1 for the defense on this. Let's see what happens with the pass. 3-5 is a pass rush +1. The right guard makes it +2. Left defensive tackle is a 6, so that it is a successful pass rush. And it's going to be a sack. And that sack is going to be by EJ Jr. And they're going to lose 9 yards. So third and a long, long way now. 3rd and 19. They've got to go for it here. They're going in a long pass again. And again, he's looking for Clint Didier. And it is going to be against a zone defense. 2-5. It could be intercepted. And the interception could be the nickelback, who is Lionel Washington. He's got an intercept of 2, becomes a 3, so it's not intercepted, it's incomplete. And we're down to the 2-minute warning. Fourth and a long, long way. Let's see what we have here. It's going to be a long pass out to Gary Clark against a zone. 6-6 on a long pass is going to go to the defense. And the defender on a long pass is the nickelback, Washington, who becomes a 3. So it's going to be complete. 66, and he's going to complete for 52 yards. To take Washington down to the 11-yard line of St. Louis with 1 minute 20 remaining. Washington, 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line of St. Louis. 1 minute 20 remaining. And they can take 2 cards here. It's going to be long. Well, they can't because they're inside the 20. So it's a medium pass to Art Monk. And it's a medium against a pass defense. So it's a +1 all round. 1-5 on a medium is a pass rush. Right guard is going to add 1 plus another 1. That's 2. Left defensive tackle. It's going to be a 6. It's going to be successful. And it's going to be a sack. And that sack is going to be another one for EJ Jr. And the yards that are going to lose. Ooh, 13 yards. Pushing them right back to the 24. And the timeout will be taken by Washington. First timeout of the game, of the half. 2 timeouts remaining. So they're 2nd and goal at the 24 of St. Louis. And they're going to look long. And he's going to look to get that ball to Art Monk. And it's a long against an inside blitz. 5-4. Another pass rush. The running back on a Dime defense is running back 1. And his block is a +1, so that's a 1 added on to the nickelback, who is Lionel Washington. He's a pass rush of 1. So it looks like we're looking for an alternate receiver, and that is at the quick level. So it's 80, who is George Rogers, and he will complete for 9 yards. And the second time out for Washington. So it's 3rd down, and I think I've probably been calling this wrong. It's not 3rd and goal, because they can get to the 1 yard line and get a first down. So it's 3rd and 14 from the 15. 1 minute remaining, and it's going to be a long pass, which will become a medium pass. Obviously, we're inside the 20, and it's a medium pass to Art Monk against a zone defense. So +1 for the defense. 4-1 is incomplete, and we come to the 4th down. 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in this game, and we're at 4th down and 14, and they have to go for it. So 4th down and 14 is going to be a medium pass to Gary Clark against a zone. So +1 for the defense. Let's see what happens. 4-5. So it's a pass rush opportunity. So +1 left tackle is a -1. So right defensive end Curtis Greer is a 5 on a pass rush, and it's a completed pass rush, a good pass rush. 53 will be a sack, and so that is a sack again. 3rd sack in this quarter by EJ Jr., and they will lose 5 yards, and not only that, they will lose the ball. So St. Louis will take over with 40 seconds remaining, and Washington have only got 1 timeout left. So the St. Louis Cardinals come out, and they will take a knee, and the whistle will go, and the game will end with St. Louis beating Washington by 20-17. Close, exciting finish, but in the end, St. Louis were able to hold off, and they will go to 2-2, 2-3. Washington will drop to 2-3, and so hopefully you'll be able to join us for the recap shortly. So after another close Monday Night Football game here in Week 5, where the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Washington Redskins 20-17, this is the roundup of Week 5. The 49ers 7, Atlanta 20, which leaves the 49ers their first defeat of the season. Buffalo Bills 35, Indianapolis Colts 7, so Indianapolis still without a win. Detroit Lions 16, Green Bay Packers 23, Chicago Bears 49, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 0, so Chicago staying unbeaten. Philadelphia Eagles 16, New Orleans Saints 3, Pittsburgh Steelers 33, Miami Dolphins 48, the New England Patriots 20, Cleveland Browns 7, Houston Oilers 23, Denver Broncos 20, which gives Houston their first win and Denver their first defeat. San Diego Chargers 23, Seattle Seahawks 28, Kansas City Chiefs 24, Los Angeles Raiders 27, so the Chiefs again will stay without a win this season. New York Jets 45, the Cincinnati Bengals 38, a very close, high-scoring game. Minnesota Vikings 38, Los Angeles Rams 28, and finally from the Sunday games, Dallas Cowboys 20, New York Giants 24, and as we've said before, tonight's game, St. Louis Cardinals 20, Washington Redskins 17. So looking at the divisions in the AFC, the East, New York Jets and Miami Dolphins both at 4-1. In the Central, we have Pittsburgh and Cincinnati at 3-2. And in the West, Seattle Seahawks and Denver Broncos at 4-1. No teams unbeaten in the AFC, but we do have Indianapolis and Kansas City without a win in that conference. In the NFC, in the East, we have the New York Giants and Philadelphia topping at 4-1. In the Central, the only unbeaten team left, the Chicago Bears at 5-0. And in the West, San Francisco 49ers at 4-1. Every team has won a game in the NFC, so they're all off the mark. So I hope you've enjoyed this game, and week 6's Monday Night Football will be the 4-1 New York Jets against the 4-1 Miami Dolphins in an AFC East table-topping battle. So hopefully you'll join me for that. That should be a good, exciting game, and that will be week 6. Until then, thank you and goodbye.